A quick shout out to this video sponsor, Skillshare. More on them in a little bit. Hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another real-world camera test, the one that I promised all of you with the OnePlus 7 Pro. So all of the photos and video that you're seeing in this piece is all done on the cameras of the OnePlus 7 Pro. Okay, so these generally take on like vlog-like formats, so that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go through the few days that I was in New York City for the actual launch of this event. So why don't we go ahead and start from the beginning. Already big disappointment when using the video mode in this phone, you can't use the wide angle lens. I hope that gets changed. I really do. Props to the location of our hotel that is right next to B&H Photo Video, the mecca for creatives like myself. I did pick something up, but this is a necessity because I have to say this on camera. It's so cliche for somebody like me, but it actually happened. I spilled tea on my G502 Proteus core. For any gamers out there who know what mouse that is, you're probably cringing right now. And I picked up an MX Anywhere 2S. This is a small travel mouse. I decided to just get a travel mouse here. Picked it up before they closed. But now I'm just kind of chilling out here for a bit. Good morning, everyone. It is the morning of the OnePlus 7 Pro launch. The actual event's happening in a few hours, but it's pretty early, and I fell asleep trying to get the video done. It's done, so it's uploading right now as I record this. I decided though, since it's early, I'm gonna go grab me some coffee. Alright, so even just this morning, a few hot takes on this camera. The front-facing camera, even though it's hidden, it's a good idea. It keeps everything away from the screen, but it's not a very wide-angle lens. I had to get it pretty far away from me in order to get the kind of shot that I want. Hence, I'm using the Joby Telepod right now. So, unfortunate for that, I do prefer a wide angle. Speaking of that wide angle, I'm still really disappointed that you can't use the wide angle while recording video. And even that, the pictures that I'm seeing from this phone using the wide angle, there's a lot of distortion. Inside of even just this store here, which is pretty well lit, it seems that the shutter speed on the wide angle lens is also rather low. So it's pretty easy to get some motion blur in those photos. And even then, it doesn't really seem like the sharpest lens.
Without
to spill the tea while I was here, since we have all of our friends here at the pop-up store, the T-Mobile takeover. So, as you can tell, it's really loud in here. So for now, why don't you just enjoy all of these portraits over on the side of all of our tech friends. It's finally looking good in New York City.
So, you all can't hear it's like,
demonetized. Demonetized.
Alright, here at the Vessel, Hudson Yards. Kind of a new spot. Like I keep saying, I've been saying this so much, like it looks like Hydra headquarters. It just looks like, it looks like a supervillain lives here.
Oh my god, it's so it's like if their ship would just like
land right in the middle.
land in there. And
Oh, you are?
yeah, I'm on Instagram, and there's Josh Vergara. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, everybody? Okay, I can't help it. I gotta rant a little bit. Look at this photo of the wide angle. That looks dope, right? I wish I could get video from that same angle, and I can't. Actually, kind of upsets me.
Okay, so I'm still going to do my follow-up review, part 2 of who is the OnePlus 7 Pro 4 in a little bit. But in this one camera-centric video, I do want to put this out there. Everything I said in the first video still stands. This is a great phone to use on the daily if you want performance, you want to be able to do some gaming, and it is one of the smoothest experiences you'll have on Android in pretty much any phone. However, the cameras, they're not really up to snuff. There's so much wasted potential here, and you saw it already in this video. The general shooting experience, in all honesty, is saved by the fact that the main sensor is that Sony 48 megapixel IMX sensor. It is such a good sensor, and if a company uses it properly, they can get some incredible results. The portrait mode marries that lens with the 3x optical zoom lens, the telephoto lens, for some pretty good results. When portrait mode is done right, it's done really well. It still is not all that good, especially on the front-facing camera, at differentiating the lines of things like my glasses or even sometimes my hair, but it's not any worse than most other phones. It's really the wide angle that disappoints me, because you already saw some of the examples where even in medium light situations, the wide angle lens is just not able to give you the kind of shutter speed that you need without motion blur or to make sure that the detail is high. And even then, the wide angle lens, there's a lot of distortion in it. So the ends are going to look a little bit warped. And of course, the main problem I have is you can't use the wide angle for video. It's a huge bummer. Also, it seems like the EIS is incredibly aggressive with this phone, which is perfectly fine. But when you're looking through the viewfinder, everything gets super shaky, especially when you're using the telephoto lens. So it kind of is disconcerting, but then you look at the final result and the EIS really did its best to stabilize everything. It might be at the cost of some of the detail, but at least the final result does not look like how it is when I'm actually recording. I want to take a moment right now to talk about Skillshare, a wonderful resource for all of you budding creators who want to learn more about the types of programs that YouTubers like myself use. I personally am all about the Adobe Creative Cloud or Creative Suite, so Premiere Pro, Audition, Lightroom, and Photoshop are really my bread and butter. And even though I've been doing this kind of work for quite a while now, there's still so much to learn. Skillshare is a great resource and a great way of learning new things or brushing up on the basics. Case in point, here's a photo that you saw earlier on, one of the few wide-angle shots that I actually really liked from this phone. This is also the only photo that has been edited throughout this entire video because this shot I wanted to use for social media. This is the original photo and you can see what I changed. There was someone over on my side and I wanted to remove them obviously so that it was just me on the bottom portion. I went to Skillshare and I watched a course on content-aware edits in Photoshop, which is just one of many courses about Photoshop in general. There are a ton of different courses for a ton of different walks of life. You can check out the link in the description below to get 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. Allow me to share the learning love with all of you, and thank you to Skillshare for helping to make that happen. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, unfortunately, the cameras tend to be the Achilles heel for OnePlus devices. And in this particular phone, with the spec sheet so high, with so many cameras on just one phone, and one of them being a pop-up camera, it's just unfortunate that OnePlus has some wasted potential here. But again, I'm going to leave it up to you. Let me know what you think about all of the footage and all of the photos that you saw in this video. Let me know what you think about the OnePlus 7 Pro in general. And then my final part 2 review of this phone is going to come pretty soon. So keep it tuned to my channel for that and even more. Drop some likes on my videos so I know you guys love what I'm up to. And we are on the final stretch to 100,000 subscribers. So I want to thank you all who are subscribed. Maybe you could share my channel with some other people and anybody else out there if you want to join this lovely community that I've built here. Well, you're welcome to hit that subscribe button as well. One more shout out to the sponsor of this video, Skillshare, and I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Until my next video, I will just remind you to enjoy your tea, everybody.